Ross? Councilmember Ross?
Froze up.
She's moving.
No, she's still moving.
Not frozen.
Councilmember Ross.
Froze up.
Go on, keep on, we'll come back to her, okay?
Hamilton?
Here? No, she's not.
So you need to mute your phone.
He needs to mute his computer.
What'd I do?
Get your computer, mute it.
He's got me on mute.
Karen? Karen?
Okay. Don't mess with your volume at all.
I'm just gonna turn this off.
There you go.
I didn't touch it.
Well, don't touch it
Have you
again.
asked if I'm here yet?
Start all over, Ms.
Start over.
Broughton, and Ms. Whitby, please.
Okay, starting over. Ross? I can see you, but I can't, there you go.
Here.
Okay, and Hamilton, I got you just
I
now.
am still here.
Okay. Taylor will be absent. Robinson?
Here.
Baxter?
Here.
Harris?
Here.
Ginn? Here. And Height.
Present.
The quorum is present, sir.
Thank you. Councilmember Hamilton, will you say a prayer, please?
Sure. We give thanks today and every day for this special community. City employees, neighbors, friends, family, and everyone who works so hard and sacrifices so much to make this city better and safer. We seek guidance and open minds on how we as a council can help them continue to do all the above. We ask for forgiveness because we will make mistakes, and we certainly aren't perfect. And we often fail to remember that no one else is either. So while asking for forgiveness, we want some patience while you're at it. May good intentions and love for our neighbor always be at the heart of what we as a council discuss and decide. And we humbly ask our constituents to do as Jeremiah 29:1 instructs, which is seek the peace and the prosperity of the city. Pray to the Lord for it. For if the city prospers, you will also prosper and find peace. Amen.
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 Thank you, sir. Yes, motion second, approve minutes, please.
So moved.
Go move.
Second.
There's a second.
On the motion to approve the minutes, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Ginn?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
Communications?
Any communications, anybody want to approve them or read them as they are or what?
Move to adopt or approve.
Motion
Move to,
approved.
Move accept and
Second.
file.
Accept and file.
Accept and file communications, is there a
Thank you.
second?
Yes, sir, there was.
Okay, thank you.
Ross?
yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Ginn?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
I have a presentation now, if you don't mind, if they all in the back, if you could run this for me, I'd appreciate it, please. It's a summer garden video from Anna Sawyer. There's Anna. There you are, Anna, hey. Good having you here. We're about to see your video first, if it's okay, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, go ahead and run, Aaron.
Go ahead and hear from Anna first.
Huh?
Let's hear from Anna first.
Well, we're going, it's about a 4-minute video, if it's okay. Anna, is this okay with you?
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, my name is Anna Sawyer, and I'm the Community Garden Director for the City of North Little Rock. Today, I want to show you what we've been up to. And if you like what you see, stick around to the end of the video to see how you can get involved. Our community gardens are volunteer-based. Our garden managers, volunteers, and Full Circle Farm Corps service members plant, grow, and harvest healthy produce all across the city, helping the community members come together and access locally grown, affordable, and healthy food.
Hi, my name is Rochelle Kelly. I am the Community Garden Manager here at St. Joseph Center of Arkansas. Relationship with North Little Rock is a cherished one because they provide us with organic compost and mulch. Need a teamwork day to come out and do the heavy lifting. They also help us connect to other people within the community.
In the summer, we have an abundance of squash, okra, corn, tomatoes, beans, and so much more grown. We have gardens from Levy to Rose City, connecting diverse groups of people through one of our most essential needs, food. Participating in our garden program fosters genuine neighborhood connections, provides educational opportunities, and cultivation of lifelong skills.
My name is Marcy Finney. I'm a North Little Rock native, and I got involved with the Fit to Live program with Idlewild Garden by just walking in my park. When I found out about the vision of the community gardens, that it was to address physical health and food insecurity, and that there are gardens all over North Little Rock, I was really excited. So I went up to St. Joseph's when there was a talk and just got more and more invested in the idea of how this could help North Little Rock as a whole. You know, went ahead and filled out the forms, and now I'm the garden manager. I met a little boy in this garden the other day. He was 7 years old. He said, "Hey, did you know that kids go to school but they're still hungry and that they still don't have food?" I listened, and I heard that a 7-year-old knows what food insecurity is much better than many of the adults who go through their days and never think about that. There is no reason for anyone in the city to be hungry, and there's no reason in the city for anyone to be lonely. And gardening, it takes care of both of those needs.
Thanks to our volunteers, local partners, and your taxpayer dollars, we've been able to fund 25 community gardens all across the city with faith-based organizations, schools, nonprofits, and community groups.
My name is Rodney Ford. I'm a member of Greater Shiloh Missionary Baptist Church. I've been a member of the church for over 12 years. I've been in gardening ever since a little child. My grandmother was she introduced me into gardening. You know, when we harvest, we give people in the neighborhood, and people give donations toward it. With the money that we get from the grant, it helps a lot. It helps us to buy the seeds to put in the ground. It helps us with the water as far as keeping it watered.
We're always looking for new gardens to join our network, whether you're already established and need a hand or just getting started. The North Little Rock Community Garden Program fall funding applications are going up through August 15th of 2021. You'll find a link to the application below. Feel free to reach out to me, Anna Sawyer, via email or text at my email and phone number listed below. If you're interested in keeping up to date with our regular garden activities, feel free to give us a follow at our Instagram page listed below at NLR Community Garden.
Way to go, Anna. Very good.
Thank you.
Nice having you here, Anna. You're on. Thank you very much. Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if y'all have any questions for me in regards to my experience with the city in the past year or so, but in this past year, we've established 17 partners with groups and organizations in North Little Rock and Little Rock. This spring, we funded 8 community gardens, and this fall, we funded 4. So we're on the way to funding 4. Our committee needs to meet still to verify that. We have about 8 prospective new gardens that are looking to join our network. They're looking to join in the spring. This year alone, we've had 2,420 service hours from our Full Circle Farm Corps service members, Star Crow and Arjo Mitra. And we also restarted our North Little Rock Instagram page, and we have about 225 followers right now. So we've been growing a lot, and I'm very proud of us. So.
Any questions for Anna out there? Anybody? Not, Anna, we appreciate everything you've done. I've been to St. Joseph here, I guess. I went with Diane, I guess, a couple of months ago. So it's unbelievable what y'all do up there. So we're here to help. And I've got a meeting set up with you, I think, right after Labor Day. I know you want to talk about an office. I think you're looking for a new spot, right?
Yes.
All right, good. We'll get together. Thank y'all, Anna.
Thank
appreciate
you very
what
kindly.
You
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it very much. Anything on the consent agenda needs to be pulled, Diane or Amy? Nathan, please? R21-108.
Councilmember Ross has her hand up.
R21-109.
What was the number? I'm sorry.
R21-109.
109, okay.
So we're pulling those two?
Just those two?
But on
All right,
108, don't you have
I have amendment to it.
Amendment,
That's
amendment.
what I don't know if you want to pull it or,
and 110, we've got an amendment?
hang on a second. Miss Amy?
Okay, y'all, on 108, we made a math mistake, and on section 1, the emergency, the numbers didn't add up. It was discovered by people who are better than math than me when we drafted this. On the emergency equipment for the 7 patrol vehicles, the last part of that section 1, it says 93,320, but it should be $96,320. We can fix that as a scrivener's error, as a typo, so that we don't have to go through the whole amendment process, if that's okay with you
Yeah,
all.
I love it.
Okay.
Okay, fine, let's leave it
We'll
alone.
fix that.
So you're going to pull then, we're going to pull 109, and then Councilmember Height, you referenced 110.
110. Is it 110? Yeah, the map.
Okay, so we're pulling
To
110 as
amend
well?
it to add the
Yeah,
map or
Miss,
just add the map?
Miss Amy, we have, on R2110, we've added a map for amendment to show the property.
I don't have that map.
Would you pass
Oh,
this?
here, I'll take this one so we can add it.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll have to actually make that amendment, so.
So now you need a motion and a second on the remaining items.
So we need a motion and a second on the remaining items. I know there's about 9 there, so.
What about 112?
112, that needs to be amended, you're right, because of the price. Can we do the same thing on that, Ms. Fields?
Correction or an amendment?
I'm not
Those-
sure what the problem is on 112.
It should be $553,382.08.
That wasn't a typo, so we need to,
It was listed here as
Yeah.
550,000, so it needs to be
yeah,
amended.
let's pull that one and amend it, because that's not just a typo, that's that we put the wrong number in, so let's amend to that one.
Okay, so you're pulling 108, 109, and 112. Oh, sorry, I said 108. I meant 110, I believe it was, you just discussed.
Okay, 109, 110, 112.
It should be 109,
110
110,
and 112.
and 112.
Yep. Okay, so now we need a motion on everything else.
So moved.
Second.
Hang on, somebody.
They seconded.
So we got a second.
Motion second then.
And then on these, since it's consent, you say all in favor.
All right, let's do it. All in favor on the consent on this, except for
Aye.
one? Go ahead. Thank you, Amy.
You're welcome.
So we've taken, now we're going to come back and pull up 110,
109.
109, excuse me, and that is, let me get back to my second page here, and that is me.
Okay, so a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an exclusive listing contract with Colliers International to sell approximately .27 acres of public land located at 3500 Camp Robinson, the city of North Little Rock. Need a motion and a second?
Motion to amend to include the given map.
This one is just the motion to
First,
adopt.
you have to get it on the floor by motion and amending to pass it.
Move
So
to
moved.
approve.
There's a motion.
Okay,
And now is there a second? There's a second.
okay.
It's on the
And
floor.
Nathan, this isn't the one with the map. 109's not the
This is
Okay,
not
this
the one with the
112.
map, I don't think, guys.
map. Right.
So there's a motion, a second for
I
R1.
had to put it in that one.
Right, there's a motion and a second on that one to adopt, and that's
Alderman Ross has her hand up.
Councilmember Ross. Councilmember
Oh, I
Hyde.
didn't see it. Go ahead, Ms. Ross. Ms. Ross.
I have an amendment that I sent to Ms. Fields earlier last week. On this, there is no development control on this. We're putting this property out for $149,500 in the middle of an area where we're putting in over $2 million in the Levy Jump Start right there. This is right in the middle of it. There's no development control in this. Amy, do you have the amendment that I sent you?
I do. Do you want me to read what the amendment would be?
Please.
You
Okay,
can read it in
okay.
people's terms.
On section 2, add at the end of that sentence, instead of a period, a comma, and say, well, I'm going to read the whole thing, that the gross selling price for the land will be $149,900, comma, and any sale will be contingent upon approval of the North Little Rock City Council, including approval of a written plan, including development timelines for development of the property. And sorry, I did not read very well my chicken scratch writing.
No discussion?
could've read it.
Hang on a second. Debbie, you got it, and I'll go to you, Nathan, if you don't mind. Go ahead, Ms. Ross.
The reason that we need to add this amendment, which I'm surprised that it wasn't on there, you know, there's another piece of legislation here basically doing the same thing. The development control, you know, we've had development control in Argenta, we've had development control all along the river and other areas. This definitely needs development control. Somebody could buy this for $149,500. That probably could sit there for 2-3 years with nothing being done to it. We do need control over what is placed, because we worked so hard past few years working on this area, and I hate to see this sit here and someone just buy it for investment purposes and hope.
Mr. Hamilton?
I agree with Councilmember Ross in terms of needing developmental control, but this is simply a listing agreement. Is this a contract?
Take your mask down so I can understand you.
You can't understand me?
So I can understand you.
Okay. This is only a listing agreement. If there was a contract for sale, my understanding is that it would have to come back for our approval anyway. Am I correct about that?
Yes.
So this is just saying that they can offer it to someone, or someone can bring an offer. They can market it.
Ms. Ross, Councilperson Ross.
And my question is, why do we do that on other properties, but we don't do this on the Levy property? We've got another piece of legislation that has this exact same language in it. When the realtor is selling this property, the individuals, they need to know that whatever purpose that they're purchasing this for, they're gonna have to have a plan, they're gonna have to have designs, they're gonna have to have everything ready for upfront for someone that's purchasing the property. They need to know this.
Got no problem.
We've always done it. We've always done this, so.
Well, there is such thing as zoning ordinances that we have in place, but there's a motion still on the floor. Is that correct?
The only motion pending is the motion to adopt, so we need a motion to amend now.
There's a motion to amend. Is
If,
anybody?
if,
So moved.
Ms. Ross,
I mean,
motion to amend. Looking for a second.
okay. On the motion to amend as stated by Ms. Fields, Ross,
yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Robinson,
Yes.
Baxter,
Steve, we can't hear you.
still can't hear you. Try one more time.
Do up or down.
Okay, Harris,
Yes.
Ginn,
Yes.
and Height,
Yes.
and Baxter, I saw you light up, but I didn't hear you.
Okay.
Okay,
Is
that's
it a
okay.
thumbs up, Steve? All right,
Okay.
thumbs up. There you go.
Well.
Thank you.
He has assented a yes on
He
video
tried.
that will be saved.
So now we need a motion to adopt as amended.
So moved.
Second.
On the motion to adopt, Ross,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Robinson,
Yes.
Baxter. Give me a thumbs up at least.
Thumbs up.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. Harris,
Yes.
Ginn,
Yes.
and Height.
Yes.
R 21-110,
Call it, please.
Resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an exclusive right to sell lease agreement with iRealty Arkansas Sherwood to sell approximately 1.18 acres of public land located near Riverfront Drive and Smart House Way in the city of North Little Rock.
Move for adoption.
Second.
Motion adopted, second. Ms. Ross?
This is the one that I was pointing out that has the exact language that we added to the Levy sale. I didn't, it wasn't something I was trying to do separate from Levy, but it has the exact same language that we added.
So there's a motion by you to add the exact language?
No,
There
it's
is,
in it.
I'm sorry.
We were just, that's all I was saying.
That language is already in the listing contract with iRealty for this property.
So it's a motion, and it's already in there what she's asking for.
What-
Okay.
I believe your
I think
amendment on
she
this
was
one.
just pointing it out that,
You couldn't hear her good.
okay.
I believe your amendment on this one is the map.
It's just, that's why it's showing up right here.
Right.
So all we're amending on this one is, if you don't mind, Nathan, if you don't mind, we're amending the map.
So moved.
So,
Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Now on the motion to amend to add the map, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter? Baxter?
Steve,
I think he's
I think he's
frozen now, okay.
he is frozen, okay.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
R21, oh, I'm sorry, we need a motion to adopt.
Here's a motion to adopt R 21-110.
So
please.
moved.
Second.
On the motion to adopt, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter? Gone, he'll be back. Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
Okay.
Can
Next one.
I beg for just a second? Let me point, while we're putting these properties up for sale, those people who are out there wondering what's going on. When I took office approximately 8 months ago, I asked our, planning department, how many properties do we have the city owns? And at that time, I think it came back that we had 575 separate pieces of property that we own. So what I've asked our people to do, such as Mr. Birch, is to look at properties we could put up for sale. We got properties that are sitting around like the old CNGs down here off of, I think, 15th Street, and properties here. So what happens, I want to sell these properties because we then can start getting some tax breaks back, or not get taxed, personal property taxes back. We don't have to mow it anymore. We don't have to take care of it. We actually get people who are going to take an invested interest in our city. So we're just not having a fire sale, but I am wanting to let everybody know the money that we're getting back on this is because for years and years now, we've just been putting properties into the city. And as I said before, I counted them when I first took office, and again, 575 pieces of property. So when I'm putting these up for sale, I want to let you know why we're doing this. It actually creates an income. Yes, sir, Mr. Height.
But that doesn't mean that we're all 500 of them we're gonna put up for sale, but I think you and I had a conversation, there was around 80 pieces of property that,
If I could get
that you
80
were
sold
looking
this
at,
year, I'd be
and-
happy.
But not necessarily anyone has asked us to buy. I mean, we're gonna put them up for sale, hopefully attract a buyer, correct?
That's the intent, is to put them up for sale and attract buyers, and then I come back to city council with. But as I said, that old CNG store that was built, I guess, probably 15 years ago,
Yeah.
it's just sitting there. Guess who mows the grass? Guess who gets no income? Anyway, I just want to bring it up while we're doing this, so thank you. All right, back to R 21-1111.
Yes, sir, 112. A resolution amending the 2021 budget for the city
I
of
think
North.
we're at R 21-111, aren't we?
It was on the consent.
Okay, it was already done, so we're going back to 121-12. My apologies. Thank you.
That's okay. 2021 budget for the city of North Little Rock to include additional revenues and expenses in certain departmental budgets, and this is amending
I
that.
thought that was we said that wasn't gonna be an amendment, that was a typo. Was that,
Well, it's not a
This one
typo.
was not the typo. This one was the one with an entirely different figure.
okay, so I need to, okay, how do we do this?
You need to make an
Amendment.
amendment of
Yeah.
to
Need to make a motion to adopt first.
$553,382.08.
Okay.
Motion to adopt.
Is there a second?
Is it amendment?
Second.
There's a second.
Okay.
Now we need a motion to amend.
Motion to amend.
Okay.
And the figure should be $553,382.08.
Second.
And there's a second. So on that amendment, Ross,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Robinson,
Yes.
Baxter,
He's still
Baxter?
not there yet. Oh, yeah,
Thumbs
here he
up?
is. He's
Thumbs
back.
up.
He's not frozen.
Just give me a thumbs up.
There you
Okay,
go.
okay,
I got
good.
you, Steve. Thank
good.
you.
Harris,
Yes.
Ben,
Yes.
and Height.
Yes.
Now, is there a motion to adopt?
Motion to adopt.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you.
Okay, on the motion to adopt, Ross,
Yes.
Hamilton,
Yes.
Robinson,
Yes.
Baxter.
Yes.
Yay!
Hey! Way to go!
Good job, good job.
Sounds like himself.
Yeah, Harris,
Yes.
Ben,
Yes.
and Height.
Yes.
And now we're at new business, and Mayor, you have 3 call-ins. Did you want to convene the public hearing before the call-ins start talking?
Let's go ahead and do the public hearing, then I'll hear them at that time if you don't mind. So let me call a public hearing if you don't mind. Public hearing is now in session for R21-116 through R21-126. Would that be correct?
Yes, and so those addresses are 5124 Alpha Street. And just for your information, 702 West 23rd has sold, so it's going to be withdrawn. 810 West 23rd has sold, it's going to be withdrawn. 1403 Parker Street, 5419 Chiquito Road, 5505 Chiquito Road, 1724 Parker Street, 1213 West Short 17th Street is, I believe that one's going to be pulled. And 4916 Candlewick Lane, 4412 Rogers, 1415 West 20th Street, and that's all of them.
Okay. Hearing and wishing to see anybody speak for it or against it.
So you have 3 people holding over
That's
there?
what I was thinking.
Yeah, so on that sheet, it'll
I
have
got it, just now saw it.
Yeah,
So I've got R2175, and that's Casey Clark. Do you want to
Oh,
speak?
he's the rezoning. Well, okay.
Is you still, Ms. Clark, Casey, are you still on the phone? Can't see.
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor, I'm here.
Okay, good.
yeah, so Casey Clark is an ordinance,
Yeah.
so you need Zelda.
Is that the first one?
Yep, and then you'll need that
Well,
one.
Casey, hang on, so we gotta go back to resolutions because they're out of order. So Zelda Rembrandt at 1403 Parker Street. Are you still there, please?
Yes. Yes, I'm here.
All right, you wish to speak for or against this? On the public hearing?
For 1403?
Yes, ma'am. It should be 1403.
Yes.
Go ahead, you're on.
Oh, okay. I sent a letter saying that they want to condemn that property, and I own it, and my contractors are working on it, and I have a real estate agent looking on it.
Did you understand what she was saying? there? Okay.
Should I say it again?
No, you're fine, you're
You're
fine.
fine, you're fine. I just want to
And-
make sure everybody on the council could hear. Could everybody hear?
And Ward,
Oh,
would you
okay.
introduce yourself so they can hear?
All right,
Oh, I'm sorry.
you stand by the phone. Go ahead, if you don't mind. Introduce yourself and tell me a little bit back.
Okay, we
Okay,
have
my name is,
Zelda, we got you. Just hang on a sec. I know it's confusing, but just hang
Oh.
on. Hang on just a sec, please.
okay.
Please.
property has been vacant for quite some time. No work that our code enforcement office has been able to observe has happened other than cutting grass. At this time, there are no permits that have been taken out on that property since Zelda has owned it.
Okay, and just so you know, that is Code Enforcement Officer Ward Reese speaking.
Okay.
Questions?
And since we have some property owners on the phone and not actually in the chambers, it might be a good time to let property owners know, if they don't already, if the council does condemn the property tonight, that they have an opportunity to contact the city attorney's office to enter into a rehabilitation agreement in order to rehab the property under strict timelines.
Zelda,
So,
did you hear that? Did you understand that?
Yes.
So, Ms. Rembert, if the council does in fact vote to condemn the property, you're welcome to, this is the city attorney, Amy Fields, you're welcome to contact our office to discuss further.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's go ahead and proceed on with other public hearings, and that would be for, if I'm not mistaken, Shelby Chenault, that'd be on R21-124. Are you on the phone?
I believe it's Sheila. Is it Sheila or Shelby?
It looks like Shelby on mine. Is it Miss Chenault? Are you on the phone?
Yes, sir. I am Shelby Chenault. My grandmother, Sheila Chenault, is the property owner. I'm calling on her behalf.
Okay. Again, go ahead.
So I have interest in purchasing the property from her. We have begun the rehabilitation process, beginning with cleaning out the property and consulting with different contractors and various repairmen. I'm currently a full-time law student, and at this time, she has been, I believe, making arrangements with some repairmen in my recent absence from helping, and will be, I believe, taking out permits to begin work on the property beyond what we've already begun.
Did you understand the statement our city attorney said to you a while ago, though? Did you hear it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I did.
Anything from you, sir?
Property's been vacant for 15 years. It's until recently that a hole has come in the roof that caused us to start condemnation proceedings. This property has been a source of many complaints to the neighbors there on Candlewick Drive for quite some time.
Any questions from the council?
Mayor, can I comment or go?
Go ahead, Ms. Ginn.
Ms. Chenault, you said that you had done some work on the house. What have you done?
The property still has extreme amounts of personal belongings in it. We have been cleaning those out, as well as I said previously, consulting with contractors to get estimates of how much various repairs will cost on the home.
Mayor, I believe the guys in the back also have the photos that they could show if you'd like.
Okay, thank you. You want to pull these up here in the back, please? This one would be,
Candlewick.
Candlewick.
4916 Candlewick Lane, R21-124.
Thank you. Okay.
Ms. Chenault, they are showing the photos from the property now.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Wow. All right, thank you. Yes, ma'am, Ms. Ginn.
You're right, that property has looked like that for years, and it is an eyesore to a nice neighborhood.
Mr. Height.
I just wanted to say that, and I couldn't begin to count the number of phone calls or emails that I've had concerning this property over on Candlewick from, not only from the neighbors that live next door to it and across the street from it, but from people that are familiar with Candlewick and Hampton and so forth over in Lakewood. And I can't remember when it wasn't boarded up, and it just been totally neglected for the last, they've owned it for 15 years, but ever since I can remember, I've had numerous complaints about it, so.
Anybody else? Ms. Chenault, did you hear these? You still on the phone?
Yes, sir.
All right,
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna have our city attorney explain one more time, just so we make sure, okay?
If the city council does tonight vote to condemn the property owner can enter into a rehab agreement by getting in touch with the city attorney's office, and we will walk you through the process. I understand you're thinking about buying this property from your grandmother so she could either sign it herself or give you a power of attorney, but we only enter into the agreements with the property owner. So unless she entered into the agreement or gave you a power of attorney, then she'd need to go ahead and deed the house over to you for us to be able to have an agreement with you.
Any questions, Ms.
Yes,
Shin-
ma'am.
Any questions, ma'am? Hang on. All right, Councilperson Ross.
No, sir, no questions.
All right, Councilperson Ross?
And one more thing for Shelby, or I think it's you, I'm sorry, it says Shelby here. That when the city does condemn the property, if the owner doesn't down and the city, when they have it, the property removed, the lien against that property, you're still the owner of the property. The city does not, obtain that property once we condemn the property. You put a lien on that property, so it will still be, I think you said your grandmother's property, however, there will be a lien on it. So if you wanted to sell it in the future, you would have to, in your purchase price, you would pay off the lien and, I'm sure that's a pretty good lot too, so there should be some funds out of that also.
Anybody else? Okay.
You've got
I've
one.
got one more here. I need to go to, is it Shalonda Webb? Ms. Webb? Are you
I
still?
think Ms. Webb was on the rehab agreement that you all passed on the consent
Did she?
agenda.
So we're okay? Okay.
Okay.
Anything else?
So that concludes then,
That concludes the
unless
public
you have
hearing.
anyone here that,
I don't think there's any, I can't hear anybody else here. Is anybody else here for it? If not, I can call the public hearing adjourned.
You can call it adjourned.
All right, this public hearing is now adjourned. Let's go ahead with the
first
process.
item, R21-116, Mayor Hartwick.
Please, call it.
Resolution declaring certain buildings, houses, and other structures located at 5124 Alpha Street in the city of North Little Rock to constitute a public nuisance and condemning said structures, providing a period of time for property owner to abate said nuisance. Is there a motion to adopt?
Move for adoption.
Motion to adopt, and there's a second.
On the motion, Ross?
Second.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson? Robinson?
Linda?
She may be frozen.
She's
I think
frozen
she's
out.
frozen,
Okay,
yeah.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
R21-117.
Please.
No,
Withdraw
that's one of
that
the
one.
ones we're pulling.
Withdraw that one.
Withdrawal, okay.
So we're pulling that one, and we're pulling 118, R21-119.
That's 1403 Parker. Call it, please.
Resolution declaring certain buildings, houses, and other structures located at 1403 Parker Street in the city of North Little Rock to constitute a public nuisance and condemning said structures, providing a period of time for property owner to abate said nuisance. Is there a motion?
Move for adoption.
Second.
Motion adopted and second.
On the motion to adopt, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
She
I got your
thumbs
thumb,
up.
okay. Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
R21-120, Mayor Hartwick.
Please. Yes.
A resolution declaring certain buildings, houses, and other structures located at 5419 Chiquito Road in the city of North Little Rock to constitute a public nuisance and condemning said structures, providing a period of time for property owner to abate said nuisance.
On the motion.
Move for adoption.
So moved.
Motion adopted. There's a second.
On the motion, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
R21-121, Mayor Hartwick.
Call it.
A resolution declaring certain buildings, houses, and other structures located at 5505 Chiquito Road in the city of North Little Rock to constitute a public nuisance and abating and condemning said structures, providing a period of time for property owner to abate said nuisance.
Move to adopt.
Move for adoption.
Motion adopt. Second.
Okay, on the motion, Ross? Ross?
Yes.
Okay, Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson,
Yes.
Baxter,
Yes.
Harris,
Yes.
Gann,
Yes.
and Height.
Yes.
R21-122, Mayor Hartwick.
Please.
A resolution declaring certain buildings, houses, and other structures located at 1724 Parker Street in the city of North Little Rock to constitute a public nuisance and condemning such structures, providing a period of time for property owner to abate said nuisance.
Motion
Move for
adopted.
adoption.
Second.
Second.
On the motion, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height.
Yes.
R21-123, we are pulling, I
Yep.
believe. Okay. R21-124, Mayor Hartwick.
Please.
A resolution declaring certain buildings, houses, and other structures located at 4916 Candlewick Lane in the city of North Little Rock to constitute a public nuisance and condemning said properties or said structures, providing a period of time for property owner to abate said nuisance.
Move for adoption.
Second.
Motion.
Second.
On the motion, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height.
Yes.
R21-125, Mayor Hartwick.
Please,
A
again.
resolution declaring certain buildings, houses, and other structures located at 4412 Rogers Street in the city of North Little Rock to constitute a public nuisance and condemning such structures, providing a period of time for property owner to abate said nuisance.
Motion.
Move to adopt.
Adopt.
Second.
Okay, on the motion to adopt, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height.
Yes.
R21-126, Mayor Hartwick.
Please.
A resolution
Mayor,
declaring.
this is the one where I had been contacted by an attorney for the property owner, and they've asked us to hold it until next week so he can, and reconvene the public hearing on this property. So if we could hold this one.
Let's hold this, and I'll convene the public hearing next time. Okay?
Thanks.
R21-127, Mayor Hartwick.
Please.
A resolution certifying the amount of a cleanup lien to be filed with Pulaski County Tax Collector against certain real property located at 613 West 22nd Street. We need a motion and a second to adopt, and then you need to convene a public hearing.
I will.
Awesome.
Move to
Motion
adopt.
to adopt.
Okay.
I need a second on that.
Yes, sir.
All right, let me convene a public hearing. For those wishing to speak for it or against it, please come forward. And I don't have anybody on my call sheet here that I know of.
No, sir.
If not, I'll adjourn the public hearing, please.
On the motion to adopt, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height.
Yes.
R21-128, Mayor Hartwick.
Yes, ma'am, please.
A resolution approving and certifying amounts of liens to be filed with Pulaski County Tax Collector against certain real properties in the city of North Little Rock as a result of grass cutting expenses and abatement of other nuisances.
Move for adoption.
Now you need to call.
I will, and then I'll call a public hearing on this again. I'm calling a public hearing on R120, is that 128? I guess it is. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Those wishing to speak for it or against it, please come forward. Is there anybody on the phone that I don't see on my list here?
No, sir.
If there's not, I'll adjourn the public hearing. Please call it.
On the motion to adopt, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height.
Yes.
Ordinances O2173, Mayor Hartwick.
Please.
An ordinance waiving formal bidding requirements and authorizing payment to Pinkley Sales Company for the purchase of centralized traffic management system for the city of North Little Rock. First reading.
Move to suspend all readings.
Motion to suspend.
Second.
There's a second.
Okay, on the motion to suspend the readings, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height.
Yes.
Is there a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Second.
To adopt.
Second.
Motion adopted, second.
Any discussion?
Don't see anybody.
On the motion to adopt, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height.
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris.
Yes.
Gann.
Yes.
And Height.
Yes.
O 2174, Councilmember Hamilton.
Please call it.
An ordinance granting a special use to allow a small cell wireless antenna in a PI zone for property located at 2400 Lakeview Road in the city of North Little Rock. First reading.
Move to suspend all readings.
Second.
Motion suspended, second.
On the motion to suspend the readings, Ross.
Yes.
Hamilton.
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes.
Baxter.
Yes.
Harris.
Yes.
Gann.
Yes.
And Height.
Yes.
Is there a motion to adopt?
Move
Hang
to
on just a
adopt.
second. There's a motion to adopt. I
Just
see
have a
questions.
A question.
Question.
The map shows that cell tower inside, is it inside the property of Northeast High School? And I'm not saying inside, but it's inside the outside.
I can't
And
say.
like in the the entrance to the gym, the
I talked to, I talked to Greg Woodard over at the electric department. I talked to Baird, I think it's Bear, Richard Bearden, and with Verizon, I believe. And it's right on the edge of the neighborhood in the school property line, maybe actually on the property line, but it's in our right of way, and it's on our pole. And that's why they have to come to us. So it's on our pole, which is in our right of way, no matter whose property it's on.
So all safety precautions have been taken then, as far as,
Against what?
Yeah, it's, Tim, you want to talk on this?
Yeah,
Come on up, Tim.
I'm not trying to correct you, but,
No,
that was
please
not
do.
my understanding.
Please, always
so-
correct me
Tim,
if needed.
Identify
Tim
yourself,
Revis,
please.
Planning.
Tim, identify yourself because we got people watching.
Tim Revis with the Planning Department. The pole is on the property of the school, so it's not in the right-of-way in the sense of the road, but it's on the school's property. Typically, the small cells are in the right-of-way, and they go through a totally different process, but because this one is on the school's property, they're asking for a special use.
But is it going on our pole?
The electric department you spoke with Greg, and he's submitted a letter saying it has permission to be on the,
So we've got one of our electric poles that's not in our right of way? Cool, let's move forward.
Yeah, because
Do
most
we
of
need an amendment
the,
on this, though?
I don't think we
Oh,
need an
no.
amendment. It was just an explanation. Most of the small cell facilities don't come to you all because we have regulations and procedures that they're handled through an ordinance that you all already passed because they are in the right-of-way, and there's real particular rules that they have to follow. The reason you all have to do this one is because it is actually on private property.
Gotcha.
Please feel free to correct me when I make a mistake like
Okay.
that, because I had no idea it wasn't in the right of way. Thank you.
I think, where are we right now, Mr. Whitney?
We're ready to
vote?
vote. Are you
I
ready?
move to adopt.
Okay. So we
Motion
already
to
have a
adopt.
motion second to adopt. So on the motion, Ross, or is there any question? No?
I'm
Okay.
looking, I'm trying to watch, no, I don't see, wait a minute, hang on just a
Oh,
second.
Ross
Councilperson
has-
Ross?
Yeah.
I guess one of my questions is, and I know that the electric department, they have their guidelines and everything, and they've got the drawings here and everything. But it looks like there's multiple cells on the tower, on the pole there. Do we know how many cells they're putting on this? We don't want to get into these Frankenstein-looking poles, especially on the school property. They're right by the track field or whatever where it's going in. Do we know how many? Do they from the electric department there? Sorry, I should have called earlier. I can't hear Amy.
I'm sorry. There's not anybody from the electric department. I can't read the writing on this tiny drawing, but I do know that a lot of times they may just denoting where there are other attachments to that pole. But because I can't read the writing, I could not say that for sure. Usually the small cells go at the top, but I can't read it to tell what goes on down further down that pole.
It shows the antenna plan view and it shows 3 on there, but, I've known, we've had some with 5, 6, 7 on them. So I just wanted to make sure that they stay within the 3 because it turns into an eyesore when you start sticking out. As long as that's the plan with the three, then I'm okay.
I think we're on the,
Okay, so on the motion to adopt, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
O-2175, Councilmember Baxter?
Please call it, and without objection, please add Councilmember Harris.
Okay. Harris is being added. An ordinance rezoning property located at 2300 Reading Lane in the city of North Little Rock from R3 to R4, zoning classification by amending ordinance 9263, adopting an amended land use plan for the subject property, first reading.
Move to suspend all readings.
Second.
Second.
motion suspended, seconded.
Okay, on the motion, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes. Move for adoption.
Move. Second.
Motion adopted, seconded.
Okay, on the motion to adopt, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
O-2176, Councilmember Hamilton?
Please call it.
Can I ask a question? Did we miss Ms. Clark on this?
Ms. Clark.
Going back over my notes.
Casey Clark is the one that we just adopted. So Casey Clark was just on there to speak if
Okay,
there were any
gotcha.
questions.
So I just want to make sure. All right,
Yep.
go ahead, please.
So Casey Clark is free to
Okay,
leave
Ms.
the
Clark,
virtual
did you hear
meeting.
that? You're free to leave now,
Casey's free to
if
go.
you're still there. All right, go forward, please.
Okay, O-2176, Hamilton.
Please call it.
An ordinance rezoning property located at 4117 West 34th Street in the city of North Little Rock from R1 to R3, zoning classification by amending ordinance 9263, adopting an amended land use plan for the subject property, first reading.
Move to suspend the readings.
Second.
Motion suspended and seconded.
On the motion, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Steve, you froze up? I think he's frozen again, guys.
Okay, I got the thumb. Harris?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
Or motion?
There's, hang on, do we need, Nathan, do we need to talk to Mr. Jeff Ackland?
I would think he'd be there if we need to, if we want to ask him some questions, then we
Okay,
should
but-
bring him in. But
Tell me if you want.
before we do, I'm going to go ahead and move to adopt.
Motion to adopt,
Second.
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 Okay. And did you have any questions for the applicant?
Ms. Ginn,
Can you explain to me about what they're doing that we're having to rezone?
Sure. Would you like me to? I can do, I've had conversations with them, and if you would like better clarification, the applicant's available. They're going to put a new construction in there of a duplex, I believe, and it is not zoned for a duplex. It is right next to and around a bunch of zoning for duplexes.
Thank you. That's
But-
all I need. That's fine. Good.
Mr. Ackland, are you there? Mr. Jeff Ackland, are you there? If not,
Yes, I'm here.
was
yes,
there
I'm
anything-
here.
Would you like to add anything to what you've heard?
No, I think Nathan summed it up perfectly.
Gotcha, just want to be sure, okay, all right,
Yes, sir. Thank you.
thank you. Motion to adopt,
So on the motion to adopt, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Ken?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
O-2177, Councilmember Height?
Please call it.
An ordinance waiving section 7.2.3.b of the zoning ordinance, ordinance number 9263 for property located at 6801 John F. Kennedy Boulevard to allow the waiver of landscaping requirements. First reading.
Move to suspend all readings.
Motion suspend and seconded.
Okay, on the motion, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
Is there a motion to adopt?
Hang on just a sec, if you could.
Need
I
a
see-
motion to adopt first.
Okay, go ahead. Motion to adopt.
So moved.
Second.
Thank
Now,
you.
Ms. Councilperson Ross.
And this is another amendment that I sent to Mrs. Fields as an amendment. And I know that, when we require, trees to place, it's supposed to be kept alive. If one dies, you're supposed to replace them. Well, since they're waiving the irrigation for 3 street trees, I wanted to add that, and I don't know, if you get her little legalism or legalese on that, but it was basically just to say that if the trees fail to thrive, then they will replace it, just so that we had that in writing that they would agree to that.
And I have got, the way to come up with that amendment is to add a section 2 and then renumber that we would have a new section 2 that says that 3 street trees are required to be planted and maintained and must be replaced if they fail to thrive.
I think the main thing was, I think,
Hang on just a second. Hang on, Ms. Ross. Hang on, Ms. Ross. Let me go to Mr. Height first, and I'll come back to you, okay? Wait a minute. Mr. Height, please, go ahead.
well, it's my knowledge that it's not the trees that they're asking to be waived, it's the sprinkler system, but then they were gonna maintain the trees by hand.
All right, Ms. Ross.
Rather than install a very expensive sprinkler system for that piece of property, just for those 3 trees.
Ms.
But
Ross.
they do plan on maintaining them, so.
Ms. Ross, go ahead.
Okay, and I agree, and I mean, I don't have any problem with this either, but because we have trees, 3 trees that have irrigation. I did, Thomas Connell, he's online, and I talked to him about it, and he was in agreement too, that if they fail, then they, I know planning has this and all their ordinances and regulations, people do not know that necessarily, they don't follow. I think that if we waive these, we need to make sure that we have an additional layer, letting them know that if these trees fail, then they are gonna have to replace them. Because they're not gonna have any water, and I can't imagine right now trying to water trees in the middle of this weather. It's just a simple amendment.
So
Any
is
more
there a
discussion?
motion, is there a motion to
More
amend?
discussion, is there amendment? Is that what you're asking?
I think that, Ms. Ross, is that your motion to amend?
If they fail to thrive, then they'll plant new ones, it's very simple.
Right. Okay.
So are you going to read that amendment back to me?
Okay, I'm going to
Please.
I'll read it
See if you
again.
can try it.
Okay, that we'll add a section 2 that says that 3 street trees are required to be planted and maintained and must be replaced if they fail to thrive. Is the proposed amendment.
Is there a second?
There's a second on that amendment.
Second.
All right, there is a second.
Okay, so on the motion to amend, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height?
No.
Is there a motion to adopt? As
Motion to
amended?
adopt.
Second.
Motion adopted, seconded.
Okay, so the motion is to adopt as amended. Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Did you say yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
O2178, Councilmember Hamilton.
Please call it.
An ordinance waiving certain sections of the zoning ordinance, ordinance number 9263 for property located at 2100 Main Street to allow the waiver of screening and landscaping requirements. First reading.
Move to suspend the readings, all readings.
Motion suspend.
Second.
There's a second.
Okay, on the motion, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
Is there a motion to adopt?
Motion to adopt?
Second.
And there's a second.
No discussion? On the motion, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Nathan?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
Concludes new business, and no one signed in to speak here or
Was signed in
by
for public
phone.
comment?
No, sir.
Not? Thank y'all tonight, I appreciate it.
Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I know I'm looking for one.
I'd like to move to adjourn, please.
All right, that's very good.
Second.
Oh, wait.
Hang
no.
on, I see a person out here who wants to talk. Ms. Ross.
Okay, I have a question. Y'all were moving too fast. So when we are putting these properties up for sale, are we going to have a listing on the city website? How will people know? And how are the realty companies selected for these different properties? Because
Mr. Birch, come forward, please.
Now, we're two different realty companies. Because I asked how do they find out how to list these?
Go ahead, Mr. Birch.
What was the question again exactly?
Tell them who you are first.
Yep.
Robert Birch, Director of Development for the City of
He
North
was
Little Rock.
asking how they were selected, and I think the second question is, go ahead. Is
They
that-
were selected through the A&E process. They are actually listed as, through an amendment that was done previously, to be selected that way. And we did we put a request out for qualifications, and they were submitted. They were vetted, and we had, I think, 8 realtors that met the criteria. And then we just, the A&E selected those 8, and we have split property up between them. We have, like I said, we have more. It's actually 525 pieces of property.
525, thank you.
3,362 acres. But as far as listing them on the website, as soon as we get all the contracts done, we can list that. But they're going to be marketed like any normal piece of property would be marketed by a realtor. And the reason that we're doing this is the transparency side of it. So everybody has an opportunity to purchase those properties. And once they go up,
Her
they'll-
next question was, how are we going to tell the public? Is it going on a city website or what?
We can. We can do it. We can do a page off the Economic Development website or off the front page, however it needs to be done.
All right, Ms. Ross?
My question is, because I had someone ask this, how, he said the RFQ was sent out, well, evidently they didn't see it or whatever. So if someone wants to additionally submit their qualifications to the city, can they be added to the A&E, or is it a done thing now?
At the present time, it was done through Commerce with Mary Beth, and there was a closing date on it. It can be opened back up at some point if need be, but it was blasted out to, with help from the chamber and others advertising the RFQ.
Anything else?
Steve Baxter.
I don't see anybody else.
Mr. Baxter had
Oh, I
his
see.
hand up.
All right, Mr. Baxter, I see you now. Yes, sir.
All right, this question is for Mr. Birch. I'm sure that Colliers knows that if that fire station undergoes major renovation, that it has new zoning requirements for the building that have to be met as a piece of jump start, right?
Actually, Tim and I actually spoke about that during the meeting. Can you come up and what we just
Tim,
talked about?
come on, please.
While he's coming, can I speak to the pair of chiefs after?
Sure. Okay, go ahead, Tim.
The fire station is in the commercial levy overlay district. There's additional development rules for any kind of redo for the fire station. They would have to meet the overlay rules.
Okay.
And
Anything
yes,
else?
And Colliers does know.
And the Colliers do know? Okay. Anything else on discussion? There was a motion.
So moved again.
Second.
There's a second.
On the motion to adjourn, Ross? Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Gann?
Yes.
And Height?
Yes.
Thank y'all. I appreciate you tonight, stuff. Thank you.